What's up, all you YouTubers, gamers, and roughnecks out there? It's your boy Dale Rico, and today it's all about, well, the show's Tactical Tuesday. Today on Tactical Tuesdays, as you know, we always talk about our tactics, whether it be the gameplay and the tactics we use in order to survive. Maybe you get a good kill streak, or the tactics in life. Maybe you have a personal scenario that you want me to address. And as far as today, it's all about roommates. I've had 5 different roommates in my lifetime, so I've been around pretty much any kind of mentality you can think of. I've been with the very picky neat freaks that they get mad at me if I lifted anything to try to clean because they had a very particular way of doing it. And I've been with the ones that are just kind of slobs and they just leave things laying around and wait for others to do it. So yeah, just wanted to point out some tricks of the trade. Maybe you were thinking about moving out, you want to look for a roommate, or you know, just kind of, or if you can do it on your own. Let me point that out first. If you can live on your own, budget everything financially, and be okay, I would suggest to do that. It is so much less of a hassle. Granted, you do get lonely, and you have those moments where it's just like you do wish somebody was around. But all in all, you save a lot of headache when it comes to the other little, when it comes to all the little scenarios that come up. Now with getting a roommate, the biggest thing is just to establish a set of, like, not so much rules, but just kind of guidelines as far as like how things are going to run. And the biggest guideline is just make sure that both of you are understanding that everything is going to be split right down the middle. Not just the finances or the cleaning, but like everything. If like toilet paper is something, you know what? Let me tell you something about toilet paper. I never knew that the toilet paper actually disappeared as fast as it does. I was never really home. I'm still never really home, but because, well, yeah, I'm never really home because I do work 2 jobs and I do go to school. But Costco has this big supply of toilet paper that I pick up, and in about a month that thing is gone. And I sit there sometimes, it's like, how the heck, how many shits did I take this month? Like, holy crap, did I really use that much? And you gotta factor in, you know, how much your roommate does, or whoever it is that's there that uses it. If you have friends over, family, whatever, whatnot, it all adds up. And that's part of the whole thing about just making sure everything is taken into consideration as far as making sure it's split down the middle. Of course, you're gonna have your PG&E, your cable, internet, gas and gas and electricity. That's PG&E. But groceries, everything, just establish that everything needs to be split down the center. If you're gonna do the whole I'm gonna buy my own food kind of thing and you're gonna buy your own food, that's great. But the thing that seems to get in the kind of default, or not, I don't know what the word is, not default, I'm sorry, it's kind of late. I've already done this like 3 times and each time I got deleted, so this is my 3rd time attempting to post this video up. But the thing that kind of just voids out that concept of buying your own, I'm going to buy this, you're going to buy that, I'm going to buy my own food kind of thing, is the condiments. Like, you don't really think about ketchup, mayo, mustard, pickles, olives sometimes, mushrooms, pepper, like just different things like that. It's cans of soup. When I go grocery shopping, my mentality is whatever I get, it's for us. It's for everybody in the house. Have at it, you know, and that's just kind of how I roll. So again, if you're gonna do the whole you buy your own stuff, you buy my stuff, be conscious of the condiments, because it can drive people nuts when you're buying your own bread and everything, but then you have to go use that person's mayonnaise. It's a ridiculous, trust me, it's a ridiculous thing to be upset over, but it happens. And I've even found myself like, hey, you wanted to separate, you know, you're not helping me buy the groceries, you're not doing this, don't touch my ketchup, don't touch my barbecue sauce. My barbecue sauce, that's expensive as hell. Don't you be touching my barbecue sauce, especially. Because if you want to, again, for me, you want to buy your own thing, I won't touch your food. You ain't touching my barbecue sauce, so believe that. So that's that. when it comes to the parking stall, that is a big one that I've seen many times, especially, and that's with all of my roommates. Um, that just we just seem to get into a lot of heated just scenarios and discussions about it. And here's my mentality. Here's my way of thinking on it. If you have the day off and you're sitting in the parking stall, move your car. It's not that hard to just take 3 minutes, 5 minutes out of your time of your whole day off and just move it so that you can allow that person who did go to work back in. I cannot tell you how many times it's just I come home and it's like, man, you did absolutely nothing today, and now I have to park across the street or down the street or around the block, and it's like, I shouldn't have to do that. Your roommate shouldn't have to do that. So be considerate a little bit, be just a little bit considerate, and yeah, just move your car. That's all. Yeah, that's all I can really say is just move your car in those times where you know you have nothing going on that day. They went to work, and you know that they work long hours, so just be the considerate one. Uh, let's see, what else? Oh, cleaning. Nobody likes to do chores. Who likes to do dishes? I know I don't. And sometimes I'll actually I just let them sit sometimes. I mean, if they're not too bad. If it was something like caked on and greased, yeah, I definitely want to soak it right away. Maybe even scrub it a little bit. But for the most part, if it's something that maybe I heated some bread. I can't even think of a situation. But if I use the plate just to heat up a hot pocket, and there's nothing on it, it's probably just like a little greasy from the whatever came off. That's nothing. I can let that sit, and I'll be comfortable with that. Um, but the thing is, with roommates, somebody has to do the dishes, and you can't always expect that person to do them for you. I know there's a lot of times the thinking is, well, I only used one bowl, I only used one knife and one fork or whatever, and this is all I'm gonna clean. It's both your place, and that's what you have to remember, is that this place is both of yours. Both of the responsibility is on both of you, and it's just you. That's what you got to do. You got to work at it like a marriage. Both got to contribute 50-50 to it, but you got to be 100% about contributing to it. Um, there's no just half-assing it and just kind of, well, I did my part because I cleaned up this pan after I was cleaning it. No, if you cleaned up the pan, you obviously got the soap, you got the water out. Take care of the two plates that had hot pockets on it. Not a big deal. It takes an extra 30 seconds. Why does that have to be such a huge thing? Like, really? Um, let's see. Other chores like would be taking out the trash, or vacuuming, or even cleaning up, like washing the stove off, and just getting some soap and making sure all the little splatters are taken care of. Again, it has to be. You have to make a conscious effort to make sure you're contributing that 50, giving that whole 100% of yourself to the 50% of maintaining the apartment. You can't just don't expect the other person to do it. Get out there and make it happen. And if all else fails, make sure you're in great communication. I mean, again, it's like a marriage. It's a relationship. So treat it as such and talk to them about it. If you're feeling comfortable talking to them about it and just kind of avoiding the confrontation, like, I know I hate confrontation, so I drop little hints every now and again. Hopefully they pick it up on themselves. But if it gets to a point where they're just not getting it, I really dread that moment, because then it means I have to step up a little bit. I'm the one that has to come at them with this explanation of why it's kind of bothering me, and I'm always afraid it might start an argument, but it just has to be done. Again, yeah, make sure you're just in that, have that communication going. It's never easy, it's never fun, but if the bills get too much, if the dishes pile up, if the trash never gets thrown, something's got to give. You have to bite the bullet at one time, at one moment or another. Otherwise, it's gonna drive you insane, and that's never any fun. So, let's see, what else is there. What else is there to talk about when it comes to roommates? Personal space. I don't think you'll ever have a problem as far as like avoiding each other, making sure you're giving each other privacy. There is one thing I will address though, and that is deciding on who to make a roommate. Um, it's always the first thought in your mind whenever you want to take on a roommate and move out on your own is your best friend, and let me tell you, that was one of the biggest mistakes that I have ever made because, like, I'm still friends with this guy to this day, thank goodness. But when we were 18, 19, we wanted to get out. We wanted, we didn't want to be at home under rules anymore, and we found this great place. It was awesome. It was gated, nice, clean community, and we were gonna. We just had this, we were both on the drum line, so like, yeah, we're gonna be writing music together. We had these short story ideas and that we wrote out. One of them was a screenplay, which is actually pretty. It sounds pretty awesome. The concept, I gotta like, because it was written like 10 years ago. I'd probably have to refine some of the little technical aspects, but we had a lot of fun in the beginning. But with the thing with your roommate being your best friend is that they're gonna have a tick. They're gonna have this instinct, this habit to them, and it's gonna piss you the fuck off. At first, it's gonna be like, oh wow, I didn't know they did do that. It's a little annoying, but whatever. And you're just gonna hope that it was a phase and it passes, and that the time living together, they'll grow to, not do it anymore. That's not going to happen. That's part of their character, and if you let it go, it's going to fester. It's going to start swelling up inside. It's going to start boiling, and you're just going to hash it out. There's just it's going to that's what's going to happen. That's all I can really say about it. And it's happened to me many times before. It'll happen to you, trust me. But anyway, as you can see, my time is spent. So yeah, that's all I got to say about roommates. If you have any other questions, if there's any other scenarios you'd like me to talk about as far as next week's with the tactics, I'd be glad to point them out. In the meantime, leave a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new. Please be sure to stay tuned later this week for Rico's Roughnecks. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Peace.
Would you like to know more?